Hello everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining today's webinar on modernizing B2B integration with MuleSoft Anypoint Partner Manager. My name is Gansham Ghate and I am Senior Integration Developer at Billennium. Today we are going to explore how organization can streamline and modernize their B2B operations by combining power of APIs and EDI into single flexible integration approach. Whether you're dealing with legacy EDI systems, looking to onboard new partners, or trying to reduce integration overhead, this session will give you a clear path forward using a modern API-led strategy. Let's start with a quick overview of today's agenda to show you what we will be covering. Okay. So this is our today's agenda. We will see why flexible B2B integration with EDI through Anypoint Manager is important. We will We'll start by introduction to the Anypoint Partner Manager. Then we'll see history of EDI, how EDI is helping B2B communication since long. So this EDI is there from 1960, but what is it? We will see. Then we will see how EDI impacts different industries and with substantial need for integrated supply chain. We will see key feature and benefits of Anypoint Partner Manager. We'll see some of the use cases, and then we will see Anypoint Partner Manager's architecture, how the data flows through Anypoint Partner Manager, and how it simplifies B2B communication. B2B communication. Okay, and then we will see inbound flows versus outbound flows, how data flows into our Anypoint Partner Manager, and how data flows out to the partners. Okay, this is our today's agenda. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, so why flexible B2B integration, particularly with EDI, is crucial in today's business. Legacy B2B integrations are slowing down digital transformation. The way we are traditionally connected with our business partner is no longer sufficient and is actually hindering our progress toward more digital and agile future. Okay, let's take a look at the graph. Okay, we can see clear picture of increasing pressures on our IT departments over the time. That is the first line. Okay, then we see various drivers pushing these demands upward. The need to support expanding product lines, reach new geographics and sales channel, requiring us to integrate with wider array of partners and systems. Okay, so if you see a demand is constantly growing because of various reasons, and the capacity of the IT delivery capacity, it is not going as expected with the growing demands. So uh, so we have to we need some modern approach to meet this growing demand, and with the similar delivery capacity, how we can simplify this B2B integration. Okay, so that is there is a clear gap here. Then there are some numbers on the right side, like 60% of the growth in this market to come from modern initiatives. Modern initiatives means there are still legacy systems which are doing communication through it, communication EDI communication. Okay, but they are slowing down their business. We need a modern flexible approach where with single platform we can simplify the communication between partners, we can onboard the partner faster, and we can then manage all the transaction and visibility in a single platform. Then 23% surveyed enterprise indicated they will invest in B2B modernization. Okay, so we see businesses are already showing interest in modernizing their B2B landscape. Okay, so now let's go to the next slide. Okay, so B2B standards enable seamless partner integration. So how is B2B communication happening currently? So we have example of supply chain. Okay, so this supply chain automation is shown via APM, Anypoint Partner Manager. Okay, so all the partners they communicate their documents, like various documents like purchase orders, then invoices and purchase order acknowledgement. They communicate through a single channel called EDI. EDI provides them a standardized schemas for all the documents. Okay, and they use this standardized format to communicate across partners. So if you see, we have inventory orders, shipment invoices, payments going to the sellers, going to the buyers, and then logistic also use this standardized document to update their transportation data, warehouse management. Okay, all these partners, they communicate through a single means, which is EDI. Okay, so the B2B communication happens largely on the EDI with their standardized documents. Okay, and this EDI communication can be modernized via APM, okay, in a single platform. Okay, so uh, this is uh, this is this is a seamless integration that we can achieve using a Anypoint Partner Manager. Then call to modernize B2B communication is rising. Okay, so legacy systems are rigid and slow to adapt to customer preference. So let's see challenges in managing legacy infrastructure and growing trading partner ecosystem. Okay. So buyers, you see, buyers and sellers, like partners in B2B systems, they they are using the legacy system, which results in rise in integration platform. Okay, total cost of ownership. They have to manage multiple systems just to communicate with each and every partner, which results in rise in price. Okay, and rise in managing the integration platform. Okay, and their cost of ownership. Then we have some compliance mandate. Okay, we have to maintain certain compliance when we are dealing with the business data. Okay, then increase in volume of trading partners. As the business grows, your trading partner grows, and as the trading partner grows, it is difficult to manage all the partners with having with having to communicate each of them on different platform. Then we need to also support the APIs and EDI together. So modern communication, the modern connectivity is through APIs. So we have to manage API as well, and then we have EDI for B2B communication. So we need to manage both together. Okay. Then we have time spent in onboarding new partner. Then as the business grows, we have to onboard new partners, but onboarding a new partner can take weeks. Okay, for example, we have to do all the manual work, we have to do some setup, some configurations. Okay, so it can take weeks to onboard a partner. Then scaling point to point communication is also a challenge. For small businesses, point to point communication is fine, but as business grows, managing point to point communication with each of the partner is difficult. Okay, so we need a solution that will handle all these challenges together in a single platform. So this is where Anypoint Partner Manager comes in. Okay, so introduction to Anypoint Partner Manager, a cloud-based platform for streamlining B2B integration. Anypoint Partner Manager is fully cloud-native solution that simplifies how organizations manage their B2B integration. It's built in cloud. There is no need to install or maintain on-prem infrastructure. Okay. And as it is cloud native, this allows faster deployments, easier updates, and greater scalability. It is a centralized hub for onboarding new partners, managing APIs, and monitoring B2B integration. Okay. Rather than juggling between multiple system and tools, API acts as single point of contact where you can onboard new partners, configure your integration, manage your APIs, monitor your message flows end to end, all in one place. It enables bidirectional communication between your partners to ERP system and vice versa. Like your ERP systems can also directly communicate with partner through Anypoint Partner Manager. Okay, and it supports a variety of protocol. For example, you can transmit data over HTTP, SFTP, or AS2. It supports variety of protocol. It supports standards, various EDI standards as well, like X12 and EDFACT. Okay, so Anypoint Partner Manager provides you flexibility to connect with your partners over various communication protocols. With it also support various message protocols as well, like XML, JSON, message for and different message formats. So in short, Anypoint Partner Managers Manager brings modern cloud first capability to the world of B2B integration, giving you the flexibility to support both legacy and modern standard while reducing the time and efforts needed to manage the transaction. Okay. So let's see the history of EDI now. EDI has been around since 1960, but what is exactly EDI? B2B EDI is the use of electronic data interchange. Okay. So at its core, B2B EDI is the electronic exchange of structured business document between organizations. Instead of sending paper invoices or purchase order by mail, fax, or email, companies use EDI to transmit the data directly between systems in standardized format. It automates and accelerates transactions that would otherwise be manual or error prone. Been around for decades, EDI isn't a new, okay? It's there from 1960, and despite the rise of APIs and other modern protocol, EDI still powers supply chains, logistic, financial system across the industries like retail, manufacturing, healthcare, and transportation. Traditionally, B2B EDI has been file based. Okay, so it's a like your EDI document. It was a file based protocol. Now we can transmit those EDI documents over HTTP and other modern protocol as well. Okay, files are generated in specific. So talking about the history, files are generated in specific formats like XML or EDFACT. That's two standards that we have for EDI. XML is an American standard. EDFACT is an international standard developed by UN. Okay, so files are generated and then exchanged over transport such as FTP, SFTP, or AS2. These files would follow rigid structures to ensure system can interpret them correctly. Okay. So there are some so to list out some sample documents. For example, let's say if you want to exchange purchase order with your partners, then you will use 850 format of X12. Okay. So X12 is generally used in North America. So if you want to exchange purchase order, you will use 850 schema. If you want to acknowledge that purchase order, you will use 855. Then if you want to send some purchase payment orders, then it's 820. So these are some like schemas for your documents, EDI documents that are being exchanged with partners. Okay, so I have this sample for one of the EDI, which is purchase order. Okay, and it is at 850. Okay, 850 X12 format. Okay, so let's break it down into segments and see what this document looks like. It's look bit cryptic, but if you see each and every segment, you will see the purchase order data being divided into segments, and the system can interpret it based upon certain schemas that are being defined in the X12 protocol. Okay, so let's start with the first segment, which is ISA, interchange control header. So if you see at the beginning, there is a ISA, okay, start of segment. Okay, this segment defines envelope. It shows who is sending the file, who is receiving the file, and when it was sent. Okay, so here we have some data for sender, receiver, and when the document was sent. All right. So in this section, then we have GS, functional group header. The functional group header, it's groups related document together. In this case, all purchase orders. Okay, so it will group all the documents together. So in this case, we are grouping the purchase order. You can send one purchase order or multiple purchase order in one single EDI document. Okay, then we have ST. ST means start of the transaction, and there should be one more SE at the end, which is end of the transaction. So this is the actual start of the purchase order, and this is the end of the purchase order. Then we have BEG. BEG, this segment defines the beginning of purchase order, like the PO number and date. Okay, so here is our date and PO number. Okay, then we have N1, N2, N3, these segments which defines the buyer or supplier's name or address. Then CTT and AMT, this wrap up the order, total line items, and total cost. Then we have MEA. This is the closing segment of the EDI envelope. Okay, sorry, IEA. at the end, which is the closing section of the EDI envelope. So these are the segments, and these segments form an EDI document, okay, EDI message that is exchanged between your partners. So this is how we send a purchase order to the retailer or supplier, okay, using EDI. Then let's see what industries EDI impacts, okay. So EDI continues to play critical role in industry where supply chain are essentially there, okay. For example, in retail and consumer goods, in manufacturing, transport and logistic, healthcare, insurance. In all of this, EDI has been substantially used, okay. Whether you want to send a shipping notices, whether you want to send purchase order, whether you want to send payment orders, all these industries use EDI as a communication document bit and exchange of data, okay. So EDI is still been largely used by the supply chain, okay, and it is a standard protocol that they use to exchange the documents. So EDI is still relevant in the supply chain industry. Okay. Then let's see the key features and benefits of the APM. Okay, on the right side there is a video which highlights some of like you will see some the features of Anypoint Partner Manager, like how there is a message flow tab, there is activity tab, like how messages looks in Anypoint Partner Manager, and how you can filter those, how you can onboard the partners, okay, and how it supports various protocols. Okay, so this is just a video. So let's see now the key features and benefits. So partner onboarding. Okay, so APM is a point and click tool. You can onboard the partner like within. It takes very less time to onboard a partner. You just have to fill some forms and define your communication protocol, and you are able to onboard the partner. Okay, so it makes partner onboarding very easy. Then you can manage your APIs as well. Okay, so whenever you expose any endpoint to partner or any ERP system, you can manage that API as well uh, using the standard API manager that we have in MuleSoft. You can use all the policies that we have in API manager, and you can apply those policies here as well in Anypoint Partner Manager. Okay, you can apply the authorization, authentication, rate limiting, all the policies that we have. Then you can build, deploy, and manage your message flows within like few clicks. Okay, as it is a cloud native, you are just building the message flows in Anypoint Partner Manager. You define how the data flows from partner to ERP system or vice versa with point and click, and then once you click deploy, it will deploy your solution. Okay, and you can manage those B2B integration that you have built in APM with a single tool, okay, in single interface. Transaction monitoring, that you can track all your message from start to end in EDI. You can see in the video as well, in the some part you see the list of messages, how your data has been transmitted through each of the step. You can filter your data with some custom attributes as well, like let's say you there is some identifier in your purchase order. You can use that identifier and filter the messages as well. You can replay the transaction as well. So let's say if some of the data that has been sent by partner has failed in somewhere in your message flow, you can replay the transaction from the start. Anypoint Partner Manager provides you capability to replay your transaction. Okay, then ease of use. It's a low code and configuration driven tool, reducing IT workload. So as I said, it's a point and click tool. The only code that you write here is the data view transformation. So whenever you receive the data, let's say EDI document from your partner, if you want to store it in your ERP system in certain format like JSON, XML, or in a particular schema, then you will write the data view script to transform that message. That is the only code we write. Otherwise, all other things are just configurations. Okay, then it's a one-click deployment plus one-click upgrade. So once you define the message flow, you just have to click the deploy button and your solution is deployed and working. Then partner manager transactions via API or EDI. So you can receive the EDI message as well as other messages as well. Okay, so let's say your partner wants to send you JSON data or XML data. Anypoint Partner Manager provides you flexibility as well. It is not necessary that you will be just receiving EDI documents through APM. You can receive JSON or XML as well. And it supports various format as listed here: X12, ADFACT, XML, JSON, CSV. All these formats your APM can receive and send to the partners. And it supports various transport protocol like AS2, SFTP, HTTP, okay, and FTP. Then operational management, it B2B transaction visibility and management. So you can see your transaction end to end. You can replay the transaction. Okay. You can acknowledge generation and reconciliation. So APM provides you end-to-end traceability across systems. Okay. So with one tool, you can do literally everything, like tracking the messages, securing the APIs, communicating with partner over multiple protocols. So APM helps you in doing all these things. Okay. So it's a modern way of doing the B2B EDI communication. And let's go to the next slide. So here we will see the use case. Okay. So here we see there are multiple partners like Peacock, Tiger, Alps, White Rock, Pierce, and Dolphin. These are multiple partners that we have. Here we have Mythical Supplier, which communicates with this partner. Okay, and Mythical Supplier has a partner manager instance. Mythical Supplier also has ERP instance, and partner manager communicates like sends the data to ERP through some process APIs. Okay, so Peacock Incorporation and Tiger Incorporation are connected to any like they communicate through partner manager through a value-added network WAN. Alps Incorporation communicates through AS2. White Rock Incorporation communicates through SFTP, and Pierce and Dolphin they communicate through again value-added network. It's a private network which enables your EDI communication between two partners. Okay, so these are the communication protocol for each of these partners. They will send their purchase orders, okay, to partner manager instance. Partner manager will receive those purchase order. It will translate those purchase order in a JSON format which our ERP understands. Okay, which our ERP understand. And once it is translated, it is the data is sent, the PO is sent to ERP via process API. Okay, once the PO is processed, we can send the acknowledgement back to the partners again via the process API. Process API will create an acknowledgement in JSON format. It will receive in the partner manager instance. Partner manager then will translate again back into EDI format. And for acknowledgement, we have 855 schema for PO acknowledgement. Then we will send those EDI document again back to the partners. Okay, so this is the use case, like how partner manager interacts with multiple partners over different protocol. Okay, and it translates the data in your requirement in the format which your ERP understands. Okay, this is one of the use case. Let's move to the next use case. Then we have retail supplier purchase order integration use case. Here there is a NTO retailer and there is a mythical supplier. Both have their partner manager instances. Okay, so let's start from NTO retailer. NTO retailer has its partner manager instance. It has its ERP instance. Okay, so NTO retailer wants to send a PO to mythical supplier, and mythical supplier will send acknowledge back to NTO retailer. So how the communication will happen? Okay, so the NTO retailer has a ERP system which will generate a PO in XML format. The PO will reach to partner manager through a process API. Process API will send the PO XML to partner manager. It will translate that XML into a EDI format, okay, which is 850, and via AS2 communication protocol, it will be sent to the partner manager instance of mythical supplier. Mythical supplier will then receive this EDI. It will transform it into JSON. Okay, the PO is there now in JSON format. Using the process API, it will be sent to the ERP system using system API. Once ERP system of mythical suppliers receives PO, it will translate that it will process that PO and create an acknowledgement again in JSON format, send it to a partner manager of mythical supplier. Okay, partner manager will then create a 855 acknowledgement EDFACT document, send it to partner manager of the N2 supplier, and partner manager of N2 supplier will then create an XML, transform that acknowledgement to XML and send it back to ERP. So this is how the communication happens between the two partners via partner manager. So partner manager uh, acts as a bridge between these two suppliers to exchange the EDI document in a format which their ERP system understands. Okay, so it's a single point exposed to the, so our partner manager acts as a single point which can be exposed to multiple suppliers, sorry, multiple partners, and they can send their data or they can receive the data in the formats which they want. Okay, let's move to the next use case then. So now we again have a new use case where the partners are communicating with partner manager with the different protocols along with the different message types as well. For example, we have Alps Incorporation, Bluestone, Orange Tree, Nile Enterprise, and Yosemite. So Incorporation communicates via AS2 protocol and it sends the data in a EDI format, in a EDI document which is X12850. Your Bluestone will again communicate on AS2 protocol, but this time it uses EDFACT protocol. Okay, EDFACT is again standard for EDI documents. It's an international standard. Then Orestry will send same X12 document, but over HTTP protocol. Nile Enterprise will send your JSON purchase order in JSON format over HTTPS, and Yosemite will send it in XML format. So you see different partners are communicating to partner manager over different protocol and different message types. But and partner manager is able to handle all these partners and all these message type. Okay, and sorry, and send that, convert those different messages, route it to the ERP system. Okay, and track all those messages given by different partner in a single interface. So this is how flexible partner manager is. Okay, it also provides a dynamic message validation, transformation, and routing. So the message received from Alp Incorporation is in a defect document. It will be transformed to the JSON format which our ERP understand, and it will then transport that message to ERP via process API. It will do same for the other incorporations as well, and the acknowledgement will travel back to the this incorporation via the protocol that they understand. Okay, so this is the use case which shows that partner manager can handle multiple part customers with the different protocols and with different message types. Then let's move to the architecture. So Anypoint Partner Manager architecture. Now we will see. So we have a partner manager, a control plane where we have configurations and activity. Configurations and activity means the configuration to define your partners, like you will onboard your partners, you will define a protocol for them over which protocol they will communicate, you will define a message types for them, you will define endpoints for them, like on which endpoint your partner can receive the message. Then activity is nothing but tracking your message activities. Okay, so once a message flows, how you can track those in your control plane. Okay, so this is your configurations, partner manager configuration. In the runtime plane, we have these receivers and senders. So your trading partners can send data over the protocols, like various protocols like AS2, SFTP, FTP, and we have receiver defined for each of this protocol. For example, XYZ Incorporation can send the data over AS2 or FTP. So we will define for that pattern, we will define a communication protocol, we'll define the message types as well. Then we have document processing service. So once a message enters the partner manager, we will define a transformation, like how the data should be sent to the end system. So document processing service is nothing but converting your EDI document to a message format in which your end system understands. So you will provide an DWL script which will do that transformation. So document service processing does that. Okay, then we have HTTP senders. So these senders are nothing but the endpoints that we define to communicate with the end system. Okay, so again, just the same protocol that we saw, like which APM supports to communicate with the end system. Okay, HTTP, SFTP, and FTP. Then we have a storage service at the last. So this storage service is nothing but once a message is there, once a message enters into APM, the message is stored in the payload service. Okay, via API. So this provides an capability to Anypoint Partner Manager to replay the transaction. In case of failure, we have the whole payload stored in a separate place. So if you want to replay the transaction, you can use the same payload and replay the whole transaction. It is also used to track the messages end to end, okay, to track the transaction. So this is the Anypoint Partner Manager architecture in short. Okay, so let's now go to the next slide. Okay, so we have inbound message flow and outbound message flow. Inbound message flow is nothing but messages coming from your partner to the end system via APM. So we have partners. Partners can communicate through any protocol, AS2, HTTP, SFTP, FTP. They can send the message in any format, X12, EDFACT, JSON, XML. Okay, then here first we will configure a receiving endpoint for a partner. So for a partner, we have to define a receiving endpoint on which partners can send the data. We will define a message type for that partner. So on this endpoint, what is the message type and validation schema for it, so that we define a schema so that the message we receive is valid. Then once we receive that message, we have a map. This is nothing but our transformation, a DWL script, which will transform the message from the document to the required format that enterprise application require. Then again, we will have the validation for that transformed message. We will have the target endpoint, the endpoint which will interact, which will send data to the end system, enterprise application. And target, it can accept JSON or XML data over the various protocols. Okay, so we can summarize this in 5 steps. First, receiving endpoint, where you will receive the data from partner. Then what is the message that we are receiving? Then the transformation that we will be doing on that message, the target message. Once we have the transformation done, we will have the message validated for the target, and using the target endpoint, we will send the data to the enterprise application. Okay, then at the last, we have outbound message. So outbound message is nothing but from your application, we are sending now data to partners. Okay, so this is the bi-directional communication happening via APM. So we have enterprise application. Okay, so enterprise application will again, so we are defining receiving endpoint for both, for partners as well as enterprise application. Okay, and the target endpoint also we are defining for both partners and enterprise application. So whenever we are receiving the data from enterprise application, when we define the receiving endpoint, it is called source at host. Okay, if I go to previous slide, whenever we are defining an endpoint to send the data to enterprise application, it is called target at host. Okay, so enterprise application will send the data in different format. We will receive the data on the endpoint that is configured in APM. We will validate that message, again transform, again validate the transform message and send to the target endpoint. And this document can be in any format, X12, EDFACT, and sent to the partner over various communication channel. So again, 5 steps, but this time we have reversed the flow, but the steps remain the same: receiving endpoint, source message, map, target message, and target endpoint. So these are the flows: inbound flows when we receive data from partner, and outbound flow when we send data to partner. And then this is the last use case that we have to discuss the overall working of Anypoint Partner Manager. Again, we have some same organizations. So this time we like, as we saw in the earlier use cases, Here also we are communicating different message types over different protocol. For example, X12 over AS2, then EDFACT over AS2. This is B2B WAN is a value added network. It's a private network which organization use to communicate your B2B transaction. Okay. So Peacock and Tiger, they are using this valued network to send their X12 messages, and the rest of the other they use HTTP protocol over and send JSON or XML messages. Partner manager again receiving the your purchase order, transforming them to JSON format and using the sales order API to send it to SAP system. Okay, so using system API, and it also sends data to Slack to notify to the consumer that we have received the PO via Slack system API. So this way we can provide notification as well. These two APIs can be managed, like we can manage the APIs in Partner Manager as well. Okay, and we can apply policies to them as well. So this way we provide a single platform to communicate to multiple partners, and we can manage the API as well, and we can manage the different message types as well over different communication channels. So this was our last use case. Then how our APM fits into the API-led connectivity approach. Okay, so we in whenever we design or build MuleSoft APIs, we broke them down into experience, process, and system layers. So our Anypoint Partner Manager fits at the experience layer because it is interacting with the the partners. Okay, the partners which can send data in any format. So the role of our partner manager is to receive the data in and transform it in a as per our the application and system application. So enter our APM fits into the experience layer where it is receiving the data, transforming it as per the partner's need, as per the application need. Okay, and it is sending data back to the end system over the format which they require. So this is how you can connect Anypoint Partner Manager with the API-led connectivity in the MuleSoft ecosystem. Okay, so this was the our uh, Anypoint Partner Manager part one, where we saw like how Anypoint Partner Manager helps modernize B2B communication with partners. We also have part two, where we will be showing the hands-on demo, like we will be configuring the partner and see the message flow end to end. So that is part two. But in part one, we saw how APM helps modernize your B2B communications. That is all from my side. If we have any question and answers, you can ask them now. Okay, looks like there are no questions. So hope you understood the role of APM in B2B communications. Okay, and that is all from my side. Thanks for joining the webinar. Mhm. All right, all right. Sorry, I missed. Okay, there is a question. So where I can learn more about the B2B integration, please suggest some articles. So there are some articles provided by MuleSoft. If you search like B2B, sorry, Anypoint Partner Manager, there are some articles provided by MuleSoft, and you have some YouTube videos as well on MuleSoft channel where they have given some demos.
resources in the presentation which we will share? What do you think?
Yeah, we can share them. Some links. Your voice is not clear.
Sorry for that. Audio. Okay, so we will
Mhm.
insert some link in the presentation which we will share
All right.
after webinar.
Yeah, I will share those in the chats. Yeah, I will share those. Apart from that, any other questions?
I guess not. So we can end this session. As I said, the presentation will be shared. So thank you very much, everyone who attended. Thank you, Gautam, for conducting the session.
Okay, then thanks all for joining. Thank you.
Billennium. IT for people. People for IT.